Welcome to 2023 and my first video of the year. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about this video, but I'm also really excited for this year. I'm just really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a really good year and I'm hoping that you are on the same wavelength. However, in the middle of last week, I found myself going, I have no idea what I'm doing. The New Year's in a couple of days. I just hadn't even thought about what to plan or how to plan or what it is that I wanted out of this year, and it was really overwhelming. So I thought I would share with you the few things that I have done in the last week to ease into the new year, to start feeling a little bit more organized and prepared and actually start thinking about the things that I want out of this year. And I thought that this would be helpful for anyone else who's feeling the same way. I think these things are really simple and easy. I think it's a great place to start. So the first thing that I did was I made 3 lists, and you could do this in a journal, on your computer, iPad, random piece of paper, however it is that you want to make lists or write things down. Go for it. But I, in my journal, wrote 3 lists. The first one was all of the things that I wanted to leave in 2022, the things that I just did not want to bring into this year. And it can be anything from thoughts, feelings, behaviors, people, places, anything that you just did not like about 2022, let's just leave it there. The second list that I made was a list of all the things that I am grateful for. Even if 2022 was a really awful year, I'm sure you could find a few silver linings, a few little things in there that did make things good, and that's the stuff that we want to focus on. I personally felt that 2022 was a really difficult year, but I still have so many great things to take out of that year, and I wanted to leave 2022 really looking at that stuff and taking the good things out. And the third list is a list of all the things that I want to carry into 2023, or even new things that I want to add to the year, habits, thoughts, feelings, all that kind of stuff. And that way I can go into this new year focusing on those good things and just leaving the rest behind. The second thing that I did was journal. I am a big fan of journaling, and I managed to pick up my new journal for 2023, and this is my 2022 journal. This is one of my favorite journals of all time. I have very specific criteria. I like a soft cover journal that has some kind of clasp opening and that's white lined pages, and this one is from Indigo. They still have this available. They have it in a plain black and I think maybe one other color, and it is a fantastic book, so I will leave that link down below. And then the one that I picked up for this year is from Kiki K. They used to have this in so many different colors. My 2021 journal is actually a green version of this, but this was the last one that I could find. I really hope they're not phasing them out, but I will link these down below. So I have now wrapped up using this journal. I'm a little bit sad about it that I'll no longer be going to this book to write down my thoughts and my feelings. I will now be working on this one. The first thing that I did in my new book was I wrote down a little bit of an intention for 2023, sort of how I want this year to go, and I picked out 3 areas, and these are 3 areas that I wanted to see some sort of progress in, maybe see some sort of success in, and then I continued on breaking each section down and writing a solid paragraph in the past tense about what happened in 2023 in each of those areas. They say for manifestation that you really should write as if things have already happened. So I did all of that. I think it took up about 4 pages. And then after that, on the second, I got straight back into regular journaling. Now, journaling is one of those things that the more you practice at it, the better you get. I wrote so much in 2022. The year before, not as much. The year before, not so much again. And the year before, and this is a really important lesson that I just want to throw in here. The very first journal that I bought was on the 2nd of September 2019. I was at the airport, I was on my way to China, and I had just started reading Brené Brown's book, The Gifts of Imperfection. If you have not read that book, I highly recommend it and you should purchase it right now. I will have it listed down below. That book changed my life, and while I was working on that book, I decided it was time for me to start journaling, and I purchased a journal. And the point of that is there is nothing special about the 2nd of September. It was not a Monday, it was not the beginning of a month, and it was certainly not the beginning of a new year. It does not matter what day, week, or year you choose to start doing any of this stuff, any day works. And so I'm so glad that I did that, because I used that journal for the remainder of 2019. I got a new one in 2020, another new one, and now we're up to the most recent one. And my favorite part about journaling is it's my safe space. This is for me and my eyes only. It's a little support book that I get to carry around. I get to write all of my thoughts, feelings. I learn about myself. I learn about the way that I function and the way that I interact with people and just the world world around me, and I love it so much. So I would highly recommend journaling, but that was the first thing that I did, was just 3 areas of my life, the intention that I'm setting for the year, and then what happens in each one of those areas. The next thing I found myself thinking about was one particular goal, and I had picked out this one goal for January. I kind of have a second goal sitting there, but I had this one goal. I have lots of goals that I want to achieve in January, but there was just this one that kind of stood out to me that I really wanted. And I was thinking to myself, I need somewhere to put this goal. I don't have anywhere to put this goal. So I decided to create a space for it. I have designed a single page, a year of goals planner. It's very simple. It's just 12 boxes, each with the month on them. And it's a place where I can pick out one goal each month, one goal that I really want to achieve. I've already done January. I've also already done February, and I have this third goal that I'm not sure where it's going to go, what month it will be in, probably the second half of the year. This is a space now that I can just sort of pick out that one thing that I really want. And I've actually made it available for free for you as well. So you can click the link in the description, pop in your email, and you will be sent this single page PDF. You can print it out, you could use it on your iPad or your tablet. I use the GoodNotes app on my iPad, and basically all of my planning these days is on my iPad with all of my planners. The other goals planner I have, which you may have seen as I started using it in September, is a planner that has 3 goals that you can break down, like 3 main goals for the month, and then a section under each one to break them down into smaller goals. Underneath that, there's a section for work, home, health, and other, and it's just a place that I can get all of my goals out for the month. If I achieve them all, amazing, which I don't think has actually really happened. I'm just able to carry them on into the next month, but it's made setting goals so much easier having that monthly goals planner. So I'll have that linked down below as well. And then while we're on the topic of my planners and all that sort of thing, I finally put together another planner pack. There's a daily, weekly, and monthly planner in the set, but you can buy them individually as well if there's only one planner or maybe 2 that you're after. And the daily planner has a schedule, and I have not really worked with a schedule before, which is why I wanted to create it, because I wanted to look at starting to schedule out my days and seeing how that goes. The weekly planner also has like a little habit tracker on it, which I really love. And then the monthly planner has a full calendar view, and then down the bottom a little section with some goals as well. So you can keep tracking your goals across the different planners, which I really like as well. I also ran a Boxing Day sale with 20% off, and a lot of you jumped on that sale, but I think some of you missed out as well. So I've decided to continue the sale and do a new year 20% off for the next week as well. So you can pick up any of these planners if you would like to. And that also applies to all of the budgeting spreadsheets as well, being that it is January and the budgeting spreadsheet dashboard starts January. Now is the perfect time to start tracking your expenses and setting yourself some budgeting goals, and you can figure out where your money's going and then how to make any adjustments, maybe save some more, put your money in places that you would much rather it go. And they come in 6 different colors, which is really fun as well. So I'll have all of that linked down below. But back to the original point, I started to think about my goals, and I wanted to create a little space that I also wanted to offer to you as well, to pull out those really important goals each month. The next little thing that I stumbled upon was this really great tip from Jay Shetty. My friend sent it to me on Instagram, and I will have it linked down below so you can have a look at it. But basically he said to grab a post-it note, and at the end of every week, write down something that you are grateful for and put it into a jar. And then at the end of the year, you can empty that jar and have a look back over all of the great things that happened that year. And I really want to participate. So I need to pick what color post-it note I'm going to steal from my mom. I'm thinking maybe this turquoise one is a nice vibe, or maybe even the bright yellow one. Let me know what color I should go for this year. I am going to be traveling around a lot, so having a jar with me is not going to be very practical, but I was thinking of having a Ziploc bag or an envelope. But this is something I really want to participate in. And also, again, if you miss the first week or you miss the first month, don't worry about it. Just start wherever you're seeing this suggestion at any point in the year and go for it, because I think it is such a great way to really look at the good things that have happened. And the last thing that I've started to think about that I've not actually done yet, but I will be doing this weekend, is creating a vision board. Some people tend to love vision boards, some people tend to not really like them at all. I like them, not really from a manifesting point of view, but just from a creative, fun point of view. You can do them on your computer, Pinterest, like in Photoshop or Canva or anything like that, but you can also do them physically, and I love to do a physical vision board. I made one back in April. I'll insert some footage of me making that one. That was so much fun. I had these spare canvases and so many magazines, and for days when I was sick, I cut up all of these things and made this fabulous collage, and I'd like to do that again. And I'm gonna do that this weekend with my friend Christina. You might remember her. I went to Greece with her back earlier in 2022, and I'm going to Brisbane to spend some time with her and catch up, and we really want to make vision boards. So I'm gonna do mine on paper this time. I'm not really sure what size, but as I said, I'm traveling a lot, so having it on paper means I can fold it up and easily put it in my suitcase and then pull it out at any point this year and have a look at it and see if I'm on track and see what's going on. So I'm really excited for that fun project. You don't have to take it super seriously if you don't want to, but I just think it's a fun thing to do, and it makes me feel like I'm getting a good idea of what I'm gonna get out of 2023. So I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be even more fun that I'm able to do it with a friend. But that's pretty much all of the stuff that I've done in the last week. I'm hoping to add to this in the coming weeks and keep getting myself more organized and keep having a better and more clear idea of what it is that I want out of 2023. I'm hoping that you did find this helpful, or at least somewhat a little bit inspiring. Maybe you're gonna try all of these things or even just some of them, and if you really are struggling and feeling overwhelmed, I recommend starting with those lists because it's so easy, and that just opened the floodgates into me wanting to work on everything else. A little update following on from my last video. My ear is healing very, very nicely. I was able to put my other earrings back in, so everything's good in that department, and I just want to say thank you so much for all the beautiful messages about my grandma. I appreciate it so, so much. Sadly, on Christmas Day, my grandma did pass away, and the funeral is this week, so I need to start getting myself prepared in the next couple of days to pack and get on my first flight for the year, I guess, and head up to see my family. Even though it's such sad circumstances, I am really looking forward to it because I will get to see all of my family and spend some really good time with them and celebrate life. You know, that's how I like to go through these types of things, and to celebrate everything that I got to experience with my grandma. So that is my first video of 2023. I hope you've enjoyed it, you found it helpful. I hope you are as excited for 2023 as I am. I think after the last couple of years, we all really deserve a good year. So I hope you're off to a good start, and I will see you in my next video.